Under the blazing lights of the rodeo arena, every heartbeat feels louder, every move carries weight, and every choice could change everything. Amy is about to take a risk that could define her season at Heartland, and nothing will be the same after tonight. Dust rises, the crowd holds its breath, and the adventure begins. The sun is dipping behind the rolling hills of Heartland, casting long shadows across the ranch. The air smells of fresh hay, leather, and the faint tang of horses, a familiar scent that brings both comfort and excitement. In the distance, the lights of the rodeo arena begin to flicker on, bright and demanding attention, cutting through the early evening sky like promises of challenge and thrill. Horses are restless, pawing at the ground, their breath forming little clouds in the cool air. The ranch seems to hold its own breath as the day shifts into night, and the world under the lights feels charged, alive with expectation. Amy stands at the edge of the arena, her hands brushing over her horse's neck, steadying both herself and her trusted companion. Her boots sink slightly into the dirt as she adjusts her gloves, each movement deliberate. There's a quiet tension in the air that even the wind seems to recognize. Around her, the rodeo comes to life. Cowboys moving with purpose, animals being guided into pens, and the soft shuffle of staff preparing for the event. Yet Amy's focus is on one thing: the run she has to make, the risk she has to take, the moment where preparation meets courage. Every rodeo she has faced in the past feels like practice for this very night. The arena lights cast long, sharp shadows, turning the dust into glittering sparks, and Amy can feel the energy of the crowd already. Even from a distance, her family watches from the sidelines. Expressions a mix of pride, concern, and excitement. Their cheers will be waiting, their support steady, but it's a reminder that what happens next is hers alone. The camera would linger on these moments for a faceless video. Close-ups of hands tightening reins, the flick of a tail, a subtle nod between Amy and her horse. These small details speak volumes about the bond between rider and animal, and the courage it takes to step into the unknown. Even the audience watching on screen can feel the silent dialogue between Amy and her horse, a conversation without words built on trust and countless hours of practice. The rodeo arena, illuminated by towering lights, is a world apart from the quiet ranch just moments ago. The crowd's distant murmur is just beginning, a low hum of anticipation that grows with every passing minute. Amy's eyes sweep the arena, noting the barrels, the jumps, and the open space she will navigate. Each turn holds risk, each jump could change the outcome of her run, and yet there's determination in her stance, a readiness that comes from experience and heart. She knows that every mistake could be costly, but she also knows that bravery, precision, and the bond with her horse will guide her. Flashbacks of previous rodeos briefly overlay the visuals, a moment where she stumbled but recovered, a turn she mastered after endless practice, the cheer of the crowd after a perfect run. These memories highlight both growth and struggle, setting the stage for the challenge ahead. Narration reinforces the stakes. Amy has faced tough runs before, but tonight is different. Under the lights, there's no room for doubt. Every move matters, every second counts. The music swells softly, a heartbeat rhythm echoing the tension building in the arena. Dust rises with every step her horse takes, the lights catching on each particle like tiny stars, reminding viewers that this is a moment of magic as well as risk. As Amy takes a deep breath, the camera pans across the arena, showing every detail that makes this challenge formidable. The barrels glint under the lights, the gates of the arena are open, and the path she must take is clear yet intimidating. The narration continues, emphasizing her mindset. She knows the risk is high, but she also knows that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's acting despite it. Every element, the smell of the arena, the soft shuffle of the crowd, the bright lights, the restless horses, builds tension and anticipation. The stage is set for a night of triumphs, challenges, and unforgettable moments. The first section ends with a lingering focus on Amy's face. Calm yet determined, the horse shifting under her touch, ready to move, ready to leap into action. The lights shine down, the music holds a suspenseful note, and the story promises that Amy's risk under the lights will be one that no Heartland fan will soon forget. The narration closes section 1 with, "Under these lights, Amy is about to test everything she's learned. And as the night unfolds, nothing will ever feel the same." The arena feels alive under the floodlights, every corner pulsing with anticipation. Dust hangs in the air, illuminated by beams of light that create long, shifting shadows, making the ground seem both familiar and foreign. Horses paw at the dirt, their muscles coiled, ready for action, while the low murmur of the crowd grows into a steady rhythm that fills the night. Amy walks toward the center of the arena, the sound of her boots against the dirt crisp in the quiet before the chaos. She takes a deep breath, feeling the cool night air brush against her face, and her eyes scan the space ahead. Every detail matters. The spacing of the barrels, the angles of the jumps, even the tiniest divot in the arena floor could affect the run. This is not just a rodeo. This is a test of precision, courage, and instinct. She kneels beside her horse, brushing a hand along its mane, her fingers moving rhythmically, almost like a heartbeat syncing with the animal's. The horse shifts, sensing the tension in the air, and Amy speaks softly. Words meant more for reassurance than command. The camera lingers on these intimate moments, a faceless audience witnessing the unspoken bond between rider and steed. Every twitch of an ear, every flick of a tail, tells a story of trust built over countless hours of training. Amy checks her saddle, adjusts her gloves, tightens the straps, her movements deliberate yet calm. Each gesture is a ritual, a preparation not just for the physical challenge ahead, but for the mental one as well. The narrative emphasizes, tonight every choice counts. Every move she makes could tip the scales between victory and defeat. Around the arena, the rodeo staff bustle, setting up jumps, checking gates, and making sure every element is perfect. The background hum of activity contrasts with the focused stillness of Amy and her horse. The lights above flicker slightly, creating a strobe-like effect on the arena floor, making every motion seem amplified, every shadow longer and more dramatic. Narration overlays these visuals, highlighting the stakes. Under the bright lights, there is no room for hesitation. Amy knows the risks, and she feels them in her bones. The tension builds subtly, almost imperceptibly, with each step she takes closer to the starting line. The audience, unseen but imagined, holds its breath along with her, waiting for the first movement, the first burst of speed that will signal the start of her daring run. Amy begins a slow warm-up, guiding her horse through gentle circles, feeling the rhythm of its movement, making micro-adjustments with her body and reins. Every breath is synchronized, every motion measured. The narrative points out her experience. Years of training have led to this moment. Every stumble, every triumph has taught her how to read her horse, how to anticipate the unexpected. As she increases the pace slightly, the dust rises, swirling in the lights like tiny sparks of energy. Close-up visuals capture the intensity of focus in Amy's eyes, the slight flare of her nostrils as she exhales, and the controlled tension in her arms and legs. The horse's hooves drum softly on the dirt, a rhythmic countdown to what is about to unfold. The anticipation grows as Amy approaches the first barrel, a bright orange marker under the harsh lights. Her hands tighten on the reins, and she leans slightly forward, aligning her body with the horse's momentum. The camera pans around her, showing the vastness of the arena and the intricate path she must navigate. Flashbacks subtly overlay the screen, past rodeos where she mastered similar turns, overcame mistakes, and pushed through fear. These memories are a silent encouragement, a reminder of the skill and determination she carries. The narration reinforces this inner strength. Experience has shaped her, but courage drives her. The arena doesn't forgive mistakes, yet she moves forward anyway. In these moments, the night air carries sounds that are both intimate and electrifying. The neighs of horses, the shuffle of hooves, the faint metallic clink of the arena gates, and the growing hum of spectators blend into a symphony of suspense. Amy pauses briefly, feeling the weight of expectation, not just from the crowd, but from herself. She places a hand on her horse's neck once more, grounding herself and centering the animal's energy with her own. The visual focuses on this silent exchange, showing that preparation is as much mental and emotional as it is physical. Focus, trust, and courage, the narration emphasizes, these are the tools Amy carries into every challenge. The tension escalates as Amy begins to navigate the barrels, practicing the exact route she will take. Each turn is tight, precise, and demanding, requiring coordination, timing, and absolute trust between rider and horse. The lights create long shadows that stretch and twist with every movement, amplifying the visual drama. The dust kicked up by the horse glimmers, almost like a trail of fire marking the path of courage. Close-up shots capture Amy's determined expression, her unwavering eyes locked on the next barrel, and the horse's focused gaze, ears pricked forward. The narrative underscores the stakes. Every second matters. Every misstep could change everything. Yet Amy pushes forward, guided by skill and heart. Family members on the sidelines offer silent support, their presence felt even in the faceless video. The camera captures subtle gestures, a hand on a gate, a nod of encouragement, a quiet smile of reassurance. These moments remind viewers that while Amy faces the challenge alone in the arena, she carries the love and faith of those closest to her. The music rises slightly, a heartbeat rhythm blending with gentle suspense, signaling that the preparation phase is nearly complete. The arena is ready, the horse is ready, and Amy's mind is clear, focused entirely on the run that will test her limits and showcase her courage. As Section 2 draws to a close, Amy takes one final breath, feeling the cool air mix with the warm tension of the lights. Her horse shifts under her, sensing the approaching action. The arena seems to pause, the dust suspended, the lights shining brighter as if urging them forward. The narration sets up the next stage of the story. Preparation ends where courage begins. Every turn, every leap, every choice waits in the arena, and Amy is ready to face it all. The visuals linger on the anticipation, the quiet before the storm, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats, eager to witness what will happen when she finally steps fully into the spotlight. The arena bursts to life as Amy enters, her horse's hooves pounding the dirt with steady, confident rhythm. The lights above blaze brightly, illuminating every blade of grass, every grain of dust, creating a scene that feels almost magical, yet charged with danger. The crowd's murmur has grown into a collective hum, their anticipation wrapping around the arena like a tangible force. Amy's heart beats in time with her horse, a steady drum that echoes the tension in the air. Every step forward is a decision, every turn calculated, yet the uncertainty of the rodeo keeps adrenaline surging through her veins. She can feel the energy of the night, the wind brushing against her face, the scent of the arena mixing with the faint smell of leather and horses, and the distant clatter of equipment being adjusted. The visuals in a faceless video would focus on the motion, the horse's mane catching the light, dust rising in golden clouds, and Amy's determined posture as she guides the animal toward the first barrel. The first turn comes quickly, a tight curve around the bright orange barrel. Amy leans slightly, adjusting her weight with precision, and the horse responds instinctively, leaning into the turn with grace and power. The dust kicks up, swirling in the arena lights like sparks from a fire, and the camera follows every movement with sweeping cinematic pans. The narration underscores the tension. Every second counts. Every movement is a test of skill, courage, and trust. One mistake here could ripple through the rest of the run. There's a brief, slow-motion shot as the horse rounds the barrel, highlighting the synergy between rider and animal, the seamless connection built over countless hours of practice. Amy's focus is absolute, her eyes locked on the next obstacle, her body a conduit of control and confidence. The faceless video emphasizes the movement, the energy, and the risk, making viewers feel the suspense as if they are standing on the edge of the arena themselves. As Amy approaches the second barrel, the stakes feel higher. The lights above flicker slightly with the subtle movements of the arena, casting elongated shadows across the dirt. The crowd seems louder now, their collective energy almost pressing against the boundary of the arena. Amy senses the pressure but channels it into determination. Her hands grip the reins firmly but not rigidly, allowing the horse to move with agility. Narration highlights the tension. The risk grows with every turn. Heart racing, breath steady, Amy pushes forward, knowing the arena demands perfection. The horse responds, pivoting around the barrel with a near-perfect arc, hooves skimming the dirt in a rhythm that is both precise and fluid. Dust clouds rise, sparkling under the lights, and the audience's imagined gasps and cheers create a sonic tapestry of suspense. Visuals focus on the intensity of the moment, close-ups of the horse's determined eyes, Amy's concentrated expression, and the whirlwind of dust and light around them. Midway through the run, Amy faces the most challenging part of the course, a tight sequence of barrels and jumps that will test both rider and horse to the limit. She can feel the risk in every muscle, in every coordinated motion between her and her horse. A subtle pause occurs as they approach the first jump, the horse hesitating for a fraction of a second, sensing the difficulty ahead. Narration intensifies the suspense. This is the moment where skill meets courage. One misstep, one hesitation could change everything. But Amy knows her horse, trusts her instincts, and moves forward anyway. The jump is executed with precise timing, the horse springing into the air, muscles coiling and releasing with power and grace. Dust and dirt scatter beneath them, caught in the bright lights like a storm of tiny sparks. The camera pans dynamically, capturing the motion from multiple angles, even in a faceless video, to make the audience feel the thrill, the tension, and the stakes of the performance. The crowd's energy is palpable even without showing faces. The imagined sound of applause, cheering, and gasps fills the background. Amy's focus never wavers as she approaches the final sequence of barrels. Her hands move with practiced precision, guiding her horse around tight turns and powerful straightaways. The arena floor seems to blur under the speed and rhythm of the performance, but the bond between rider and horse ensures that every step, every pivot, and every leap is controlled and deliberate. Narration emphasizes the stakes and emotion. Under the bright lights, everything feels sharper, faster, and riskier. Yet with courage and trust, Amy and her horse dance through the course, defying fear and embracing challenge. The tension reaches its peak as they near the last barrel, the horse straining with speed, muscles rippling under the bright lights. The dust swirls in clouds around them, glittering like tiny stars, creating a surreal atmosphere. Amy leans into the motion, guiding her horse with the subtlety of instinct and experience. Narration heightens the suspense. The finish line is in sight. Every heartbeat, every breath, every ounce of courage counts. This is where the risk pays off, or where dreams can be lost. The horse rounds the barrel in a perfect arc, almost scraping the edges but maintaining balance and momentum. Close-up visuals emphasize the intensity. Amy's eyes locked forward, her hands firm on the reins, her posture unwavering, the horse responding with flawless coordination. As they sprint toward the final stretch, the lights cast elongated shadows that stretch across the arena like a visual countdown. Every stride carries the weight of anticipation. Every second feels elongated with suspense. The crowd's energy, imagined through audio cues of cheers and clapping, rises to a crescendo. Narration reinforces the emotional stakes. Every ride is a test, every challenge an opportunity. And Amy is not just riding. She's proving herself under pressure, under lights, and under the eyes of everyone who believes in her. The horse's hooves kick up final clouds of dust as they near the finish line, muscles straining, movements precise, and the rhythm of their partnership reaching its peak. Section 3 ends with the horse crossing the final marker, a burst of energy and relief rippling through the arena. The camera lingers on Amy's triumphant yet exhausted posture, the horse's chest heaving with exertion, and the glowing arena lights reflecting off the dust-filled air. The narration leaves viewers on a high note of suspense and accomplishment. Every risk, every turn, every challenge met with courage. Under the lights, Amy has shown not just skill, but heart. The night is far from over, but this moment will be remembered. Music swells, fading into gentle tension, signaling the end of the performance but hinting at the aftermath and emotional resolution to come. The visuals focus on the calm after the storm, the settling dust, the glowing lights, and the quiet bond between rider and horse that carried them through a night of challenges. The arena is quiet now, but the energy from the run still lingers in the air, thick and tangible. Dust rises gently from where the horse and rider moved moments ago, illuminated by the glow of the towering rodeo lights that make the particles shimmer like tiny stars frozen in time. Amy slows her horse, guiding it to a calm trot, her body still taut with adrenaline, every muscle buzzing with the echoes of the ride. The lights cast long, dramatic shadows across the arena, stretching the moment as if the night itself is holding its breath to witness the outcome. In a faceless video, these visuals speak volumes. No dialogue is needed, only the silent intensity of victory, struggle, and perseverance frozen in motion. Narration underscores the emotion. Every risk carries a reward, and every moment of courage leaves its mark. Amy has faced her challenge, and the echoes of her ride will linger long after the dust settles. As she guides the horse to a stop near the arena gates, the crowd's applause washes over the scene like waves, even if unseen. Their energy fills the night, a celebration of bravery, skill, and the triumph of heart. The camera pans over the arena floor, now scattered with patches of disturbed dirt, evidence of the powerful movements that just took place. Close-ups capture Amy's hands loosening on the reins, the horse's heaving chest, and her slight smile of relief mixed with pride. Each visual emphasizes the connection between rider and horse, the silent communication that brought them through the most demanding challenge of the evening. The narration adds depth. It wasn't just the lights, the barrels, or the speed. It was trust, focus, and the bond between rider and horse that carried her to this moment. Family members, still off-screen for the faceless presentation, are represented by gestures and glimpses, a hand reaching toward the gate in encouragement, the shuffle of feet moving closer, the flutter of excitement in the air. The camera captures these subtle moments, hands on gates, dust disturbed by hurried steps, the shift of shadows suggesting presence without revealing faces. Narration draws attention to their support. Even in the quiet moments, love and belief surround her. Every cheer, every encouraging glance from those who care lifts her higher than the arena lights ever could. These visual cues allow viewers to feel the emotional weight of the moment, the shared victory and the unspoken bonds that define Heartland. Amy pats her horse gently, her fingers running down its neck as it shifts contentedly beneath her touch. The arena lights seem to soften, as if acknowledging the completion of the run. Dust hangs suspended in the beams of light, catching and scattering in warm, golden tones. Narration continues to weave the emotional story. The ride is over, but the journey never truly ends. Every risk, every choice, every heartbeat under these lights leaves an imprint, on the rider, on the horse, and on every soul who witnesses courage in action. The visuals linger on this moment, highlighting the quiet victory that comes not just from completion, but from having dared to take the risk. The camera slowly pans to the sidelines where more subtle action unfolds. Equipment is being gathered, horses are being led away, and the arena gradually settles into calmness. Shadows stretch across the scene as the lights begin their slow, subtle flicker, preparing for the next challenge, the next story. Narration provides reflection. Every night in the arena tells a story, but tonight's tale is one of bravery, resilience, and heart. Amy faced the unknown, and with trust and courage, she turned risk into triumph. These narrative beats emphasize the emotional closure of the event while hinting at the ongoing journey of life at Heartland. As the scene transitions, the music shifts subtly from the triumphant and energetic tones of the performance to soft, reflective notes carrying the audience gently toward contemplation and anticipation. The camera focuses on small, meaningful details: the sway of the horse's tail, the dust settling on Amy's boots, the soft glimmer of light reflecting off the arena fences. Even in a faceless video, these elements evoke emotion, showing both the magnitude of the challenge and the serenity of accomplishment. Narration deepens the emotional connection. Moments like these aren't measured in wins or losses, they're measured in courage, in perseverance, in the silent triumph of heart over fear. The final moments in the arena are punctuated by lingering close-ups. Amy adjusting her gloves one last time, the horse lowering its head slightly, and the arena emptying slowly into the night. The lights above glow warmly, highlighting the quiet aftermath and suggesting both closure and continuation. Narration adds a reflective and teasing tone, bridging to the next episode. Tonight, under the lights, Amy's courage shone brighter than ever. But Heartland never sleeps. And tomorrow will bring new challenges, new risks, and new stories waiting to be written. This gives the faceless video a satisfying emotional resolution while keeping the audience hooked for what comes next. As the camera pulls back for a wide shot, the full scope of the arena is revealed once more. Dust dancing in the lights, the fading silhouette of Amy and her horse moving toward the gate, and the soft shimmer of lights reflecting on the scene. Narration leaves viewers with a lingering sense of suspense and excitement. Every risk, every ride, every heartbeat is just part of the journey. Amy faced the night, faced the lights, and faced herself. And for those who watch, the story continues because at Heartland, the heart never rests. Music swells slightly, then fades into soft, reflective tones, leaving the audience with a sense of fulfillment, awe, and anticipation for the episodes to come. Finally, the video teases the future subtly. Silhouettes of horses and riders moving in the distance, shadows of family members in the warm glow of the arena lights, and hints of new challenges waiting just beyond the gates. The narration closes with a gentle yet compelling reminder. The lights may dim, but the heart of Heartland burns bright. Amy's ride may be done, but the story is far from over. Stay tuned, because the next chapter promises even more courage, love, and adventure under the lights. Fade out with the soft glow of the arena lights, the lingering shimmer of dust and gentle music, leaving viewers with a mixture of reflection and eager anticipation. The arena lights have dimmed slightly now, casting the once bright stage into a warm golden glow that reflects the settling dust. The hum of the crowd has faded, leaving only the soft sound of distant hooves, the rustle of horsehair, and the gentle shuffle of feet along the dirt floor. Amy stands near the edge of the arena, her horse's head lowered as if mirroring her own fatigue and relief. There's a quiet intimacy in this moment, a pause that allows the gravity of her achievement to settle in. For a faceless video, the visuals speak volumes. Close-ups of Amy's hands running along the horse's mane, her fingers brushing dust from the reins, and the soft glimmer of sweat on her brow tell a story of determination, courage, and triumph without a single word spoken. Narration sets the reflective tone. Every risk leaves a mark, not just on the arena but on the heart. Amy has faced the challenge head-on, and in that courage, something profound has been revealed. The camera slowly pans across the arena, showing the subtle signs of what has just transpired. Flattened patches of dirt where hooves tore through the ground, a trail of dust sparkling in the fading light, and scattered straw kicked up during the ride. These small details provide a sense of realism, showing the energy and effort of the performance while keeping the focus on Amy's journey. The narration continues. The arena is quiet now, but its echoes remain. Each hoofbeat, each careful turn tells a story of bravery and trust. Tonight, Amy proved what it means to ride with heart. To take risks that demand more than skill, they demand belief. This emphasizes not only the physical performance, but the emotional stakes, making the audience feel the weight of the challenge even in a faceless format. As Amy begins walking her horse toward the exit gates, subtle movements suggest the presence of her family nearby. A hand reaches out to steady the horse's bridle, a gentle clap echoes softly from the sidelines, and the shifting shadows hint at encouraging glances. Even without showing faces, these gestures convey warmth, support, and pride. Narration captures this invisible emotional layer. She may ride alone in the arena, but she is never truly alone. Every cheer, every quiet gesture of support from those she loves carries her forward, strengthens her resolve, and makes every risk worth taking. The visuals and narration together allow viewers to feel the family bond, the shared relief and the pride that fills the night air. Amy pauses near the gate, giving her horse a final reassuring pat. Her gaze lifts toward the distant arena lights, now softening as they prepare to dim completely. This small action is a visual metaphor, symbolizing reflection and closure while leaving room for what comes next. The narration emphasizes, in the quiet that follows courage, there is reflection. Amy's ride has ended, but the lessons, the emotions, and the sense of triumph will stay with her, and with all who witnessed it. The camera lingers on this moment, highlighting the emotional weight of achievement and the beauty of the bond between rider and horse. The video then shifts focus subtly to the broader ranch environment, showing glimpses of family members tending to horses, collecting equipment, and exchanging quiet smiles. Even though faces are not shown, body language conveys emotion, relief, pride, and anticipation. Narration provides context for these gestures. Life at Heartland is never static. Every challenge brings lessons, and every risk, no matter the outcome, deepens the bonds between family, friends, and the animals who share their journey. Tonight was no exception. The music gently swells, adding warmth and an emotional resonance that complements the visuals, reinforcing the sense of shared experience and intimacy. Next, the narration shifts to the idea of consequences, hinting at stakes that go beyond the arena. Subtle visuals show Amy walking alongside her horse, brushing dust from its coat and preparing to return it to its stall. The act is slow, deliberate, and methodical, symbolizing care, responsibility, and reflection. Narration emphasizes this. Every risk carries consequences. Every ride teaches something new. And sometimes the lessons are found in moments of quiet care, when the rush of adrenaline fades and only heart remains.